What's going on, guys? My name is Peter Cattani, and I'm here to continue to show you new decks from the new set coming out on August 2nd. Now there's new leaders and everything, but there's new cards for old leaders, and that's the deck we're going to go into. We're going to go. Man, I don't even know what I said there, but we're gonna go to the very first deck profile I ever did for PPG, for YouTube actually.
What's up, guys? Live here at ProPlay Games with Peter Cattani, Dragon Ball Super player. He's got a really interesting deck for you. This is BROLY. What do you want to call this? Green Brawl? Mono
It's green
Brawl?
BROLY. When you say it's interesting, it's just a play style, what you can do right now.
It will be BROLY. How exciting. I haven't seen this leader forever. Now, there's good cards out there right now for this against this leader called Deadly Defenders that makes this leader kind of like obsolete. But the new card that came out from the new set is so good, but so good that I have to show this leader a little bit. The moment I saw it, like, I wasn't too interested in the set, I'll be honest with you guys. I thought everything was cute. But the moment I read this, I was like, now I'm interested in the set. Now there's excitement. And I want to try to make this deck as good as possible. I'll be honest, it doesn't look meta relevant, but it looks super fun to play. So let me explain my take. First, we're going to explain the leader, because maybe some people don't know what this leader does. As cool as BROLY is, it never saw a real competitive scene. Permanent. This card cannot attack battle cards. That's so sad. That's so sad. BROLY kills anything, like whatever's in front of him, so what does it matter if it's a battle card? So, it's really sad to see it. I don't know, man, that was really thinking at the time, but then they made Deadly Defenders, so Deadly Defenders are on the board, he can't attack, and it's just like, oh, but if they're not on the board, this guy can always, so it's always swinging. Swing a leader. When this card attacks, both players, you included, choose one card in your hand and place it in the drop area. Ew. Just ew. Yeah, you discard a card out of your opponent's hand, but then you discard one out of your hand, and you're like, that's not good. I promise you there's a card that stops that. I got you. Then when your life is at 4 or less, you can awaken by drawing 2 cards. Cool, cool. Now on this side, when he awakens, he still has the lame ability that he can't attack battle cards. Super sad. Which, if it was in the sleep side, front side. Sleep side is now going to be called, or front side is now going to be called sleep slide. No, that's going to be a thing I'm going to do. Someone taught me it. I'm going to stick to it. I think it's awesome. So on the sleep side, if he can't attack battle cards, it makes sense because he's under control. But when he breaks free, when he is a monster, he should be able to attack anything. But he still has the permanent that he can't attack battle cards. Such a shame. When this card attacks, you draw 1 card. Okay, saving grace, at least it draws. Then both players choose 1 card from their hand and 1 card in the battle area and place them in the drop area. So every time it swings, you gotta kill a card on the field, both players, and both players also has to discard 1 card. Seems negative, kind of difficult to play, but I promise you, there's a card that puts them in control, and we're just gonna go straight into it. It's called Broly's Ring. Super strong of a card, mostly only for this leader. It's a field card, permanent. Your hand is not affected by your skill, by your leader's skill. Super good. So that whole discard part, no more. Your opponent is the only thing going to be discarding when you swing until your opponent gets rid of the field card. But that's okay. But what if you don't draw the field card? Well, that was a big problem BROLY had for a bit, but no more. Now, I'm just going to jump straight into why I'm so excited for this leader. This monster card that's an 8 cost has so many abilities that I have to go down to each one. But I promise, like, it first gets to bad, then not bad, pretty good. Oh my god, we gotta make a deck. That's exactly how I read this card. It has a permanent. If you have any non-green cards in any area other than your deck, your hand, or your life, you can't play this card in any area. Okay. I read that, I was like, so it has to be mono green, that's not great. This leader was pretty good with Overwhelm, because you will Overwhelm, you attack with the Overwhelm, then sack it with the BROLY ability when it swings. So that was a cool concept. To be mono green, I was like, let's see what else it does. Active main, you pay 4. You choose 1 Broly's Ring, the card I just showed you, in your battle area, place it in the owner's drop area, play this card from your hand. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So you get to sack the ring to play an 8-drop. Kinda cool, not that bad. Then you read the auto. When you play this card, choose up to one green BROLY, like this. Not BROLY BR, it has to be BROLY, old school BROLY. Card from your hand with energy cost 7 or less and play it. Whoa, that's really good. I get rid of ring, which kind of sucks, not a big deal. You know, once you swing with the leader, alright, we don't need ring anymore, so we'll sack it, we'll bring out this guy, and then we'll bring out another BROLY. Decent. And then I read this last one. Then we're like, oh, we gotta work on a deck profile. Auto. When this card is placed to the drop area from your hand by a skill. Not by your opponent's skill, not by your own skill, by any skill. And your leader is a BROLY. Choose up to one BROLY ring from your deck and activate it. Shuffle your deck. I already was interested from right there. Once it stopped right there, I'm like, oh, I have a way to activate BROLY ring. That's incredible. But there's more. If you do, choose 1 or 2 of your life and add it to your hand. Now I have a self-awakener too? That was huge. Not only did I have to find ring early in the game, or my leader was never going to swing, I had to find a way to self-awaken, because like his awakened side is so much better than the other side. Every problem that BROLY had was fixed in one card, actually through one text. This one text that literally the last auto. Everything else is just a bonus of this card. But to be able to, like, turn 1, I have this in my hand, I swing with leader, we both discard 1 card, but I discard this, I bring out BROLY's ring, I'll take 2 life, I theoretically drew a card. It was incredible. So, big fan, awesome. Now I'm going to show you the deck, but this card is just that good. Alright, so first, it's going to be our 4 Sparking Negates. We run no overrun cards because it has to be mono green. So for that, we run 4 Sparking Negate, and this Sparking Negate is incredible. We all know what it does. If you have 5 or more, you get to negate an attack, then kill something 2 or less, which is great because if you kill the McNuggets on your opponent's field, when your leader swings, they got to start killing the higher drop cards, and that's really good. Next is 4 of the 1-drop BROLY, old school. When you play, you check top 7, add 1 BROLY to your hand. Can't be BROLY BR, but it's any BROLY, and I promise you, all these BROLYs that you see here are regular BROLYs. No BROLY BR, no new BROLY, old school BROLY. And fun fact, the secret rare is a normal BROLY. It's not a BR. BRs play it, but it's old school BROLY. This 1-drop can search for it. Kind of cool. For BROLY's ring, yes, you have a card that can just grab it out. You technically don't need 4, but there is a cool combo in the deck that I will show you, explain to you soon. And maybe 3 is the appropriate number, but right now I'm trying out 4 to make sure that it's in the deck, so when I discard, I can grab it, so I can grab life. I'll show you the combo soon. Next is this new drop negate. Well, me and Marcel do call this drop negates because we don't know what else to call it. They're not sparking negates, but it's a counterattack that if your leader is green, negate an attack, then choose one of your opponent's battle card with energy cost 1 and KO it, which is great because again you want to kill the McNuggets, so when the BROLY swings, you kill big things. As a permanent, as this is in your drop area, you can activate this by paying this energy cost and removing 1 green card from your hand. So, in a pinch, when you need to negate something, you can have this saved right in the grave the whole time. And you're like, oh wait, I'm gonna pay 1, remove this card from the grave and this card from my hand, and we're a mono green deck, so we have no worry if it being a green card, and negate an attack. Really good. When you activate this, you can only activate 1 of these once per turn. Very important. That's why it's only a 1-of. Not like you play 4 of these and like negate. No. Can't do that. Next is 4 Kaba. Reason why? We're mono green. So turn 2, we're most likely going to play Kaba. Has a permanent, while this card's in play in your battle area, decrease the energy cost of all and specific green costs of Khalifa and Kales in your hand by 1. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'll show you what those cards do in a sec. When you play this card, look at the top 10 cards of your deck, choose 1 Khalifa or Kale and add them to your hand. If the chosen card was Khalifa, play it instead, then shuffle your deck. So you get, like, you play this guy, and if you search a Khalifa out of the top 10, you can play it for free, which is great. The Khalifa, we're just going to skip the super combo because there's not much to talk about super combo. This is the best green super combo. Paragus, high 5. Good job. Great card. Next, Khalifa when you play this card, you choose one card in your life and add it to your hand. You have to. It's not choose up to one. You choose one. So you got to do it. You got to take a life, which is okay. It's a self-awakener. The Broly that grabs a ring automatically can get 2 life. Playing 1 Khalifa grabs you 1 life, so you're at 3. And 1 swing on your opponent, boom. Theoretically, by turn 2, you can be awakened, which is huge. Because, like, let's say your opponent goes first. Okay, awesome. I go my turn. I swing with Broly. I discard, bring out ring, take 2 life. Okay, I'm at 6. My opponent's turn is first time he gets a swing. He swings with leader. Puts me down to from 6, go to 5 life. I see, math ain't bad. And then 5 life, I play Khalifa from Kaba's ability, or just playing 2 and playing this, and then go to 4 life. We're in. But then Khalifa also has a really good ability for our leader. Your battle cards cannot be KO'd by your own skill. And because what Broly does, he doesn't KO. He places a card from your battle area to the drop area. Sad. But the other permanent is your battle cards cannot be placed from the drop area by your own skills. So when Broly swings, we lose nothing. If we have Ring and Khalifa on the board, we lose no negatives of us swinging, but our opponent has to discard a card, has to get rid of a card out of the battle area. Just monster. We like this combo. Next is 2 Preemptive Strikes, because Preemptive Strike is still really good. There is a new counterplay that is like Preemptive Strike, but it gives your opponent a choice. When they're playing something, they can either discard 2 cards and play it, or let it just get dropped to the area, which is cool, but I think Preemptive Strike's not bad. Preemptive Strike only hits 4 or less. I'm not quite sure what the other one does real quick, but the fact that I'm giving my opponent a choice scares me a little bit. Sometimes I want to get rid of something right away. So Preemptive Strike, we're trying out. It's only a 2-of. Next is one of your anniversary box card. We got to make some use of it, of course. And it's just like Khalifa, that cards in your battle area cannot be placed in their owner's drop area by your skills. So when Broly swings, Paragus is stopping Broly from killing your own guys. Not bad. Same thing what Khalifa's doing, but now we have 5 targets. Khalifa helps a self-awaken, it's 2k. Paragus is a 10k, doesn't help self-awaken, but draws a card and replaces itself. So it's not bad. So we don't have Khalifa, we at least have Paragus. That's the whole goal of it. I think by math equation, I'm not quite sure of the percentage, but 5 is better than 4. That's an honest fact. Next, you got to make use of these champion cards that you are getting, and this is a 1-of a Broly. Why only a 1-of? One, we can search it with the 1 drop that checks top 7. If it's in our hand, cool, we can get it, because we can combo with it and later on make use of it, because active main, by paying 2 green, if your leader is green, which Broly is, you can play this card from your drop area. Okay, that's not bad. All you need is 1. You're never going to overwhelm. If you have 2, I guess that'd be really cool. Like 4 energy, bring out 2 guys for free. So it's like drawing 2 cards because you paid nothing out of it. You just paid energy. You didn't lose a card out of your hand. So kind of cool. But I think 1 would be suffice. You bring out 1, then the other 2 energy can be hold for Preemptive Strike, something like that. And it's a 15k that just swings. It's not bad. If your opponent removes it, as long as it's not warped, we're going to bring it right back. So I'm trying it as a 1-of. Now, next, it's this old school Broly that when it came out, it's like, oh my god, it's broken. And it's okay. Permanent. When evolving this card into a Broly, we do have cards that evolve into Broly. The evolution cost is decreased by 2 green. An example would be if something costs 2 green and 1, it's reduced by 2 greens, can be paid as a green and a colorless, and then the specific cost is that. It just knocks out 2 greens out of the energy cost of evolving. Pretty good. When you play this card, your opponent gets to choose to KO one of their cards. Okay, your opponent chooses, that kind of sucks. Bandai has this horrible ruling with barrier that barrier can't be chosen, even if you're not the one choosing, your opponent is. It doesn't work like that. This card just can't touch barrier. Sad. I know. It doesn't make sense, and then you're gonna check like Bandai rulebook, and it's true. Barrier is protected from this. Makes no sense. Bandai, if you're watching this, try to do an update on barrier. Maybe they don't know that America has it like that, but yeah. I'm not choosing, my opponent's choosing a card, but yet barrier cannot be chosen. All right. But the evolve part is really good because we do have 7 cards that evolve into Broly. So this is one of them. It's going to be Deathless Warrior Broly. All right. It evolves for 3 green. So with that Broly, if you evolve over it, it will evolve for 1 green. Kind of cool. Permanent, while evolving into this card, it reduces by 2. So literally what your other card does, this guy does too, which is really good because we have a 7-drop that we want to bring out either through our 8-drops ability to play it for free, or if we have to evolve into it, it's going to be super cheap. When you play this card, if your leader card is a Broly, your opponent may choose one of the battle cards and KO it. If they don't KO a card this way, so let's say they have no battle cards, they instead choose 2 cards in their hand and put in the drop area. So I'm either clearing boards or I'm getting rid of 2 cards out of their hand. Either way, it's a win-win. And it's a 20k. It's not that bad. Next is KO, something that, Kaba can do. Grab, add it to your hand. KO is a 4 cost. Kaba also makes it cheaper, makes it a 3 cost. Kind of cool, as long as you have 1 Kaba. If you have 2 Kaba, it's a 2 cost. Oh, man. It's critical. Automatically, we love it because it's critical. When you play this card, you have to choose. Not choose up to 1. Choose one of your battle cards and KO it. Then choose any number of your opponent's battle cards in which total cost adds up to 5 or less and KO them. So you can choose up to 5. So a 1-drop with 1-drop and a 3-drop, you can kill all 3. Or 2, 2, 1, 5. Or infinite tokens. Like, let's say the Zamasu deck that I posted makes a bunch of blockers, which do not have an energy cost, but you can target them because it'll be 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, and a 4-drop. Something like that. I know how ridiculous that sounds, but that is one of the rulings. You can pick multiple tokens, but they don't have a cost. Yeah, but it's a ruling that just, whenever it says add up to 5, you can do tokens. It's weird. I don't agree with it, but that's how it is, so we're going to enjoy it. Then it has an ability, when this card attacks, if you have 5 or less cards in your hand, you draw 1 card. So that's incredible. Our leader draws 1 card, and this KO can draw us a card. So theoretically, we can have 5 or less. So it swings, let's say we have 5, we'll go to 6. Our leader swings, we'll go to 7. Not bad. Pretty good. It's critical, so it's not giving our opponent any card. If they take it or not, I like this card. The fact that you have to kill somebody. If you have Khalifa on the board, you kill no one. You can bring out Kale, you don't have to kill none of your guys, and then still get rid of up to 5 on your opponent's side. Pretty good. Does it work with Paragus? I believe not, because it says cards in your battle area cannot be placed to the owner's area by your skills. I think there was an errata to this, if I'm not mistaken, that it's your leader's skills. It's errata to your leader's skill, because there was one problematic card. They realized, oh wait, this is too broken. They errata it to your leader's skill. So Kale does not work with Paragus, but works with Khalifa. Pretty good. Next is Surprise. I don't know why I said Supreme. Forgive me. Surprise Attack Frieza. It's critical. We enjoy critical. We do not want to give our opponents any card. Auto, activate the skill when your opponent's battle card is KO. Well, we do have a lot of cards that KO. If Surprise Attack Frieza is not in play, you may play this card from your hand. So it comes out for free. It can come out on your opponent's turn. Now, a simple fun fact. Let me just check real quick. Boom, boom. When it comes to this Broly, choose 1 card in the battle area, place them in the drop area. Your leader does not KO. I know, super sad, right? You're super confused, but your opponent chooses a card in their hand and chooses a card in the battlefield and places them in the drop area. It does not KO. Your KO KOs, your Shocking Death Ball KOs, and your Broly KOs, but your leader doesn't. So when you swing with leader and they get rid of somebody, know that you cannot play this guy for free. Broly just places in the drop area, so just know that ruling. You don't want to cheat anybody when you play. Of course not, right? Next is the 7-drop monster. It's beautiful. It saw no play when it came out, but maybe now with this new Broly being able to bring it out for free, it can. It evolves for 5. And the Brolys that we have there reduces the cost by 2. So theoretically, it can evolve for 3. It's critical and barrier. fact that it's barrier is the reason we're playing it. It's so good. Auto, once per turn, burst 5. You're going against Janimba, you might not want to play this guy because you never want to go burst 5, but it has an interesting ability. Burst is an optional effect. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. It's not mandatory. But if you don't burst, then you don't get the effect. Once per turn, burst 5. When this card attacks, if your leader card is BROLY, choose 1. Your opponent has 3 or less cards in their hand, switch this to active. So it swings for critical, and if they have 3 or less, we're standing right back up. Not bad. Or if your opponent has 4 or more cards in their hand, they reveal their hand, you choose 1 card and place it in the drop area. So we literally get to see the whole hand, pick out their best player. We're like, alright, get rid of that. Pretty good. It's only 3 because it's not like the boss monster. It's kind of like a semi-boss, you know, like you got to kill this one to get to the next one. And the fact that our 8-drop can play it for free is pretty good. The fact that we can bring it out as a 3-drop, it's pretty good. So definitely we're going to play 3 of this. There's another one out there that's from the very first set that when it comes into play, your opponent discards 2 cards out of random. Very solid, 30k, and it's a double striker. But I'm trying this guy out mostly because he's barrier and critical. So I'm a big fan. Let's see if it works out. Next is the Secret Rare. Secret Rare, if you do not know what it does, is broken. It's so good. It's double strike. It's dual attack and it's ultimate, meaning you can only have 1 copy of your deck of an ultimate. Auto, when one of your let me practice my voice here. When one of your green battle cards with energy cost 7 or more is removed from the battle area by a skill or KO, activate the skill. You may choose all cards other than this in your hand and place them in the drop area. And if you do, play this card from your hand. So it comes out for free. You don't have to worry about paying an 8 cost. It can come out for free. You just have to give it out your hand. Kind of costly, but has another ability. When this card attacks, if your life is at 1, your opponent chooses all cards in their hand and places them in the drop area. Really good. Not bad. And mind you, it's removed from the battle area by a skill. Your leader, if it got rid of an 8-drop or the 7-drop, by swinging and you kill one of your guys, you can bring out this guy for free. Pretty good. But let me show you the combo real quick. Not bad. We're doing the theory crafting real quick. So let's say you're at 3 life. You can even do this at 2 life. But let's say realistically you're defending really well and you're at 3 life. On turn 4, if you have 2 cards, 2 of this card in your hand, you can do this really cool play. So let's imagine how this play is going to go. You have BROLY Ring already on the board. Cool. You have 2 of this card in your hand and 1 Secret Rare. Cool. Just those are the 3 cards you need in your hand. You pay 4, you sack the BROLY Ring to bring out this 8-drop. This 8-drop lets you play another BROLY 7 or less, which is cool. That's okay. It doesn't need it in the combo, but you can. Then you swing with the 8-drop. You don't care what happens. Cool, negate. As long as it's not Mafuba, you're fine. Then you swing with your leader. You don't have Broly's Ring, and you don't have Khalifa. Let's say Khalifa's on the board or whatnot. You swing with BROLY. Now you have to discard 1 card and sack one of your guys. Neg, but this is a big play. You discard another copy of this guy, and you sack this guy from the field. Mind you, you need 2 copies. So pay 4, 1 comes on board, 1 stays in your hand. Now, you did get rid of an 8-drop. An 8-drop got left the field. Now you can play the Secret Rare for free. And this auto is still pending. The other auto to activate BROLY's Ring from the deck to take up to 1 or 2 life from your life added to your hand. Those cards will go to your hand. And now you put yourself to 1 life that this guy, when he swings, having those 2 cards in hand is irrelevant. I'm putting it out there. But when this guy swings, as long as they get Crusher Ball or the other guy that's like Crusher Ball, then this guy's swinging, eating all your opponent's cards out of their hand. Very cool. And double strike, which they get 2 cards after that swing, but when you swing again, because it's dual attack, they lose those 2 and another one. Boom. Super combo. Can't believe it. BROLY might be good. So that's probably the best thing they have. It's a turn 4 play, and that's kind of keeping up to the meta, because meta is kind of like a turn 4 die meta. So, ideas. Maybe this deck can be meta. we're gonna try. Next are little cards that are optional to try to put into the deck. You can put this Gohan to help you self-awaken. It's critical. It's not bad. This Krillin's not bad in sense of General Tao. Merciful Tao card is a monster and super good against Broly, but like extremely good against Broly. So like this probably, if it's not main, it's 4 in the sideboard to just get rid of that card. It also kills little things like Wings from Lord Slug or Kid Goku because we don't want them to be getting a ball. And when I swing, discard the ball, alright, grab back the same ball. That'd be pointless. So this guy, 1 of, or 4 of in sideboard, or maybe even main. Godstrike Beers, because Barrier and Indestructible are really good against this deck. So if you turn that off and then swing with your leader, that can be really effective getting them out of the board. Kind of cool. And last is this new card, but like it has a permanent that's really good with multicolor. If it's multicolor, it's reduced by 1. So instead of being a 3 cost, it'll be 2. Sadly, since we are a mono green deck, we can't use the multicolor. And the only reason why we're mono green is because of this guy. The whole playing ability, you can't do it if you're not mono green, but the discard ability can. Even if you had multiple colors, that's not important. You can have different colors in your deck, and then this guy would strictly be only to activate Broly's Ring and Self-Awaken. But it's a cool ability that for 3, counterplay, when you play this card during your opponent's turn, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 4 or less, KO it. Then your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and warp it. So it ain't bad for 3 energy. Solid. Would I like to pay 2 for it? Yes I would. But I understand that that's not the case. But either way, there's also more Brolys, in case you didn't know, like really quick. Since that 8 drop can bring out any Broly 7 or less. Let's see, Broly. Boom. We're mono green. Let's say mono green. We're going to stick to it. This is Broly BR. But the other Broly that you can bring out really quick, multicolors, I can't bring that out. Shame. I was looking into it. But boom, from the very first set, bam. This monster. When you play this card, your opponent chooses 2 cards out of the hand at a random and drop it. It doesn't have to be strictly evolved. We do have those things that make this guy cheaper, so it's also a 3 drop, surprisingly. So I just found the 7 drop just being better altogether. Another one that you can play is to kill something that you want to pick. Instead of like letting your opponent select, this one comes into play. I want to kill that one. But it's 4 drop 15k. Back then that was a thing. Now we never see it, so we're not a big fan. And if you wanted to be super cool, you can play this 6 drop triple striker, but that's enough. Either way, this was the deck. Thank you for joining me. Try it out. This is a skeleton, just my idea. The main reason we made it mono green was this card itself, and it has a turn 4 win con. So hopefully it works out. Try it out. Let me know in the comments. Please leave a like. Until next time, guys.